Okay. Now, when you look at the cover of this book, what animals do you see? Raise your hand.
Cows.
Cows. What else do you see? What other kind of animals do you see on this book?
A chicken.
Chicken. All right. And there's one more animal on this book. Killian? A duck. All right. This book is about some farm animals. Here's the title. Click, clack, moo. Cows that type. The cows on the cover are all looking at something called a typewriter. A typewriter is a machine used to type things before we had computers. I have a picture here of a typewriter. How does it look the same as a computer? Oscar.
Because it has those things where you click on.
It has the buttons that has the letters on them, right?
Oh, but I think I saw this book before.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to see it again now then. What else? Well, how is it the same as a computer? Melrose.
Because that and the computer can print something out.
Right. Put your hands down. Yes, each of those little keys has a letter, just like a computer keyboard. People would put paper in the top, right here. They would roll it in, and when they pressed the keys, the letters would be stamped on the paper. We don't see very many typewriters these days, right? No. All right.
I've seen a real one.
You've seen a real one?
In my aunt's office.
Oh, okay. Put your hands down. Well, in this book, there are cows that type. Do you think it would be very easy for cows to do that?
No.
Now, why?
You would have to train them.
I know. And then they don't have what like we do.
Hands.
They don't have hands. They have something called hooves.
These.
They have these little hooves.
So they would do this.
Mhm.
And they can't move there.
All right. What do you think cows would type if they had a typewriter? Let's see what happens, okay? Click, clack, moo. Cows that type. Put your hands down. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. All right. What do you think, by raising your hand, click, clack means?
That means that it's kind of like tapping something.
Yeah, because that's the sound he hears when the cows are typing. Click, clack, click, clack. All right, hands down. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo.
It's the cow.
We're about to find out. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We would like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. Now, what do you think an electric blanket is?
I know my aunt has one of those.
What is it?
It's, you have this little control thing, and whenever you press a button, it either gets cold if you want it cold or hot.
Mainly hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly hot. All
But
right,
sometimes
put your
it
hands
gets
down.
cold.
It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. So what do you think Farmer Brown means when he says, so the cows went on strike? What do you think strike means?
They quit.
They want a day off.
They want a day off, no milk. They said, sorry, we're closed, no milk today.
They quit because he won't give them electric blankets,
Good
so
job.
they won't give him milk.
Oh, y'all are getting ahead of me. Good job. Okay. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background,
Miss McGee,
let's pause.
Yes, ma'am.
would you please send Charlie into the office for a second?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
Charlie in.
Thank you.
All right. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown in the background. He heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Put your hands down. I haven't asked a question yet. Hands down. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown in the background. He heard them. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Cows that type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious.
They want a day off. They want an electric blanket.
Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. So now he wrote a note to them.
And then the pigs are going to roll back.
Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. What is happening in this picture with the duck bringing the farmer's note to the cows? What do you think a neutral party means?
Somebody who brings notes to other people.
Yeah, but neutral means that the duck didn't take any sides. He's not on the cow side, he's not on the hen side, so he's neutral. So he's taking the note to Farmer Brown. An ultimatum means you either do it, you have this choice, or no milk and no eggs. That's an ultimatum. When someone gives you an ultimatum, you have two choices. Pick one of them.
He picked.
We'll find out. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. What do you think the cows will tell Farmer Brown by raising your hand? Elizabeth?
Yes.
You think you tell him no? Well, they want to know what the cows will tell Farmer Brown. That they still want their electric blankets?
Yes.
We're going to find out. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. So now what's going on in this picture? What are they made a deal, Tucker?
Yes, they made a deal because they're gonna switch.
They're gonna switch. Good job. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. What's on the cows right now? Yes. And you're right. It does have, well, she's gone. It does have a remote on the blanket. All right. The next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. Oh, boy. What is this picture telling you guys? What do you think? What
They
happened?
got the diving board.
I know, but what happened with the duck didn't leave the what?
Pond.
No, he didn't leave the typewriter. He gave the blankets to he took the typewriter, and now they're typing, demanding something. What do you think might happen if the story were to go on from here?